Hello everyone, welcome to GCAP. My name is Riyad Mohammad Redwan Ahmed and I'm from Bangladesh. Although I've been living in China for the last 7 years, but for the last 9 months I've been stuck at home at Bangladesh. I did my bachelor's degree in aeronautical engineering and got my master's in industrial engineering. Although I'm an engineer by degree, but I'm a BD by profession. I'm working as a business development manager at Euro One Games for the last 1.5 years. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about data-driven ad design and monetization, the best way to implement ads in your gameplay. I, I would like to show you guys what we will be missing. This is what GCAP looks like. I believe you're very familiar with it. I would have loved to be there in person and talk to you guys face to face. But unluckily, we don't have that privilege this year. I hope next year we'll be seeing our faces and we'll be having sessions live. To start my session, I would like to ask you guys two questions. First of all, I would like to know how long have you been developing mobile games? And secondly, how satisfied you are with your current monetization strategy. Our agenda today would be firstly how to make money out of mobile games and monetization. Secondly, monetization techniques, and then ad monetization and where to place ads in your game. And how we at Yoda One Games can help you with monetization and ad monetization. We're all working in the game industry one way or another. We are getting the benefit out of game industry. We love making games where can be our hobby, can be our profession, but this is something that is also benefiting us in a lot of way. During this pandemic, a lot of industries has collapsed, but game industry has really risen during this time. But a very unique question that not only the people who are not working in the game industry, but also the people who are working in the game industry ask me sometimes, how do we make money out of mobile games? Because it's something that we do for fun. If we can make money out of the things that we're having for fun, won't it be good? Won't you be happy if someone pays you to be going to the club and drinking? I hope there are people who does that. So we can do it by monetization of the games. There are two ways to do it. Firstly, premium ones. So premium monetization means a player will go in the Play Store or App Store, purchase a game, and then gets the right to play the game. So the developer is making money when the player is directly buying the games. But where it gets more complicated is free-to-play games. Free-to-play games are the games that you can just download for free. But how do you get money out of free-to-play games? The answer would be two ways. Firstly, in-app purchase, where a player gets into a game, purchases something like coins, gems, or packages that can be, no ads package, or something, a package where they can get a lot of stuff in the game. The other way of doing it is in-app ads. What type of ads are there? What type of ads are more commonly used in games? There are two basic type of ads. One is system initiated ads, another is player initiated ads. Player initiated ads would be rewarded videos, where a player gets to watch a rewarded video and get some rewards. Interstitial and banners are system initiated, where a player has no control over it. I want to tell you guys what are the pros and cons of these ad types so that you can understand what form of ads you would like to use in your games. Starting with banner ads. The pros of banner ads would be, from my point of view, is it's not very technical and it's not very strategic. I can just add banners in my game, in my user interface, in my gameplay, and I don't have to come up with injection points of, okay, I want to place it here, I want to place it there. I can just leave it in the gameplay and that's it. Not very strategic, isn't it? But there are some cons. As it's system initiated, the user experience of banner ads is not very good. Players tend to complain that banner ads is not giving them a very good experience while playing the game. The revenue from banner ads is also comparatively much lower than other form of ads. So just to validate what I'm saying, you can see here is a gameplay screenshot Two screenshots from same game called Bigfoot Hunting. On the left, you can see there is a banner ad on the top. On the right, it's a full screen gameplay. Which one you'd like as a player? Definitely the right one. You can understand the user experience being hampered on the left one. Saying that, now coming to the next form of system initiated ads, which is interstitial. The good side would be that interstitial ads makes more money for the game. The ECPM is much higher than banner ads. It makes much more revenue, but there are cons coming up with it. As it's system initiated, users tend to complain when there are a lot of injection points of interstitial ads in the game. The retention rate drops. It's a proven case. Retention rate drops when your game has a lot of interstitial ads. Players tend to play for shorter period of time whenever you place a lot of interstitial ads in a game. If you have a Play Store account and if you see the comments, most of the time, whenever a player complains about the game having a lot of ads, be sure of it. It's because of interstitial ad most of the time. You can see some comments over here. If you play this game, you'll see every level, start, beginning, pause, you can see interstitial ads. That's why the retention drops. Saying all the cons at the same time, interstitial contributes a lot in the revenue of these games. For example, as a research done by Top On, current game industry standard is that for hyper casual games, almost 53% of the revenue is generated by interstitial ads, and for mid-core games, more than 26% of the revenue is generated by interstitial ads. Now coming to the last form of ads, which is a player-initiated ads. The pros are a lot. The ECPM is very high, the revenue is very high. We have found that player tends to get very excited when you're offering them rewards in exchange of a rewarded video, or in exchange of making them watch a rewarded video or a video ad. They tend to get very happy. The user experience is good. At the same time, retention increases. Players tend to play for a longer period of time when the game has smart injection rewarded videos. The cons that we found is that it can contradict with your in-app purchases. If you have a lot of rewarded videos in your game, there is a very good chance that the in-app purchase can, go down. So you need to be very smart with it. You need to be very technical with implementing this. After knowing what pros and cons, I want to tell you what impact rewarded video has on the game industry in terms of revenue generation. For hyper casual games, it generates more than 40%. For mid-core, more than 73%. And like for hardcore games, it's almost 100% revenue from ads is coming from rewarded videos. Now you know everything about the three form of ads. Can you just go and implement ads in your game? Just knowing that, okay, rewarded video is good. I will add rewarded videos in all my games and everywhere in my games. Will that be that easy? And will a player choose to watch your rewarded video wherever you place it? Definitely not. There are things that you can do what the industry standard goes by. So there are some common practices that you can see. The first one would be having the revive option, where a player dies in the game and then gets the chance to revive by watching a rewarded video. And players finishes a level of a game, gets the chance to double or triple their reward by watching a rewarded video, or goes to the shop and sees a rewarded video and gets some prizes. Very common practices, but how can you do smartly? How can we at Yoda One Games does it smartly that we are so good at it? Uh, just to give you some example, here is a partnering game of ours, which is called Top.io. You can see on the it's a very similar game where player dies and we give the revive option. But what we are doing differently is that we're not giving the lose it option right away with the revive option. If we had done that, a lot of players would choose the option of lose it. What we're doing is like we're giving the revive option for the first 3 seconds and then giving the lose it option. While making this small tweak, we have found that 15% of the time players tend to watch the rewarded video than before when the game had the lose it option together. Same goes with another game where the continuing option after player finishes a level was given right away. Players tends to watch it, 33% lesser time than now that we have the adding option for the first 3 seconds and then we are giving the continuing option. These are all our success cases. Very common ones. Now going into a little complicated ones. Here is a game called Target Superhero Gangster. The developer came to us asking, hey, my game's rewarded video impression is not that high. How can I improve it? So the first thing we did, we went to their Play Store account, we went through their reviews, and what we have found is like players were saying, hey, this is a game where the main character is Thor, and why isn't he flying? As we all know, if you guys are a fan of Marvel movies, you know that Thor can fly by using his hammer, no? So what we have told the developer, your player asked for, to fly. Why don't you add it in your game? But just to make it your win also, you can just, add a rewarded video option where players can watch a rewarded video and gets the chance to fly. Surprisingly, after implementing this change, the revenue have increased by 150% than what he used to have before. A very huge success for us. The another one would be, here is a game where a player needs to hit 6 targets in 60 seconds. A lot of players have written in their reviews, hey, I need more time, I cannot finish the game within 60 seconds, it cannot be done. What we have told the developer, hey, your player needs more time, give them more time. What you can do is like when they reaches to the last 10 seconds, give them an injection point of getting 15 to 20 seconds more by watching a rewarded video. You will be happy. Definitely your players will be happy. What we have seen after implementing that, 70% impression of rewarded video have increased. The retention has increased. The revenue has increased. So it's a big win for the developer and it's a big success for Euro 1 games. Just to tell you about one simple, we did say that banners create a bad user experience or not a very good user experience, but can you implement banner ads in some point of your game? Yes, you can. So for example, we recommended a developer to implement a banner ads while the game is loading to be started. He did it. He got a lot of impressions and he got good enough revenue. As you know, banners cannot generate a lot of revenue, but if you are really wanting to implement some sort of banners in your games, you can actually take this advice and implement banner ads in that. For our own in-house published game, for example, Rodeo Stampede Endless Runner game, it's a pioneer in the monetization industry in the gaming. So here we give the continuing option. Once a player chooses to continue after they die, we don't give them the rewarded video right away. We give them another run. When the player finishes the run, we show the rewarded video. It has been a unique injection point. It has been a great success, and a lot of endless runner game are currently following this strategy. You can also give it a try. Now we know where to place ads, but can we just place ads everywhere, not knowing how many ads we can show in a game? Now going back to the top on report, what we have seen is for if you have a casual game, the revenue should be coming around 53% from interstitial ads, around 40% from rewarded video. Now I have a casual game, I'm seeing different data, from this data of top on. I should be revising my, monetization strategy to get it compliant with the game industry standard. That's where the user experience will increase. Now talking about user experience, now we want to know about retention and the relationship between retention and ad monetization. A report done by Adjust, what we have seen is like the more ads you show per minute, the lesser the retention is. You can see if you're showing more than four ads or 4.5 ads, the retention drops down to 10 to 20%. On the other hand, if you're showing 2.5 ads or like 2 ads per minute, your retention will go as high as 40 to 50%. This proves that you need to be very careful while injecting your ads in the game so that players don't watch it every time and the retention drops. It's not a very straightforward process. So you do need, a very skillful, background to be doing this or getting help from skillful people. Now coming to after knowing all this, how does Yoda One can help you? How can I help you? How can we help you? We at Yoda One Games has created our own product, manage our services, what we're calling MAS. What is MAS? MAS can be a single SDK, is a single SDK where we have implemented all the big ad networks and we're choosing it very selectively because we don't only want to ensure higher ECPM, higher revenue, higher fill rate, but also we want to make it stable. So we're using all the big ones like AdMob, Facebook, Iron Source, Unity, but also we're using Chinese local ad networks like Guangdiantong, Toutiao, and also if your game has a lot of users from the Russian region, we're also using Yandex and MyTarget. What's unique about us is like we will be handling the open bidding, we'll be handling the waterfall from our side, so you don't have to worry anything about monetization. What else you will get with MAS is our ad design recommendations. What you have seen so far, all our successes, we're storing all this data. Not only that, but we're also collecting the best practices in the game industry from each genre, and we are building a system where whenever we are getting a new game, we are actually coming up with their ad design recommendation using the best practices in the game industry and giving you the optimal injection point recommendation so that your game can be compliant with the game industry standard monetization. Not only that your impressions will increase, definitely your retention going to increase once you implement our recommendations. So what we want is we want you to concentrate on things that you want to do, that you are good at, which is game developing. Concentrate on that. Let's grow together. Let's make you build more awesome games that you're currently doing, not worrying about monetization. So if you're a developer, you have games, you're worried about monetization, you're worried about where to inject your ads, feel free to contact me. Here is my email address. You can add me on WeChat or ping me on Skype. Please feel free to contact me. I'm here to help. We are here to help. I hope it was worth your time and hoping to know more about you guys. And I will be waiting at our virtual booth. Feel free to reach us. Thank you so much.